Hi there, Andrew here. I love to be entertained, but I have no patience. So I give every new show I watch only one episode to hook me. Welcome to Debut Review. All of us are dead. I thought this was a movie. It's not. Turns out it's a TV show with 12 whole episodes. And I thought, why not do a debut review? So here we are. A high school becomes ground zero for a zombie virus outbreak. Trapped students must fight their way out or turn into one of the rabid infected. So sounds kind of like High School of the Dead. But since it's live action, I'm betting the breasts look better. Have you seen High School of the Dead? I was entertained, but yet another example of character design by those who have never seen breasts and didn't think to, Google them. Or maybe drawn by people who don't like breasts. And like, nah, I've seen breasts. Breasts are dumb. This is how they should be. And if that's the case, well, okay. I'm sorry reality is not to your liking. Me personally, reality, you done good. So, do I have anything to say about this? No. Oh! Ew! Ew! That is the most disgusting thing I have ever seen. Oh my god! What is wrong with you, whoever's responsible? Ah! 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 Now, I need to chug some antacids because I'm not feeling good in my tummy. I watch gory movies. I love explicit gore. But this is the most disgusting thing I have ever seen. It's repugnant. It's terrible. It is gross. Who is responsible for these pants? Who thought that was a good idea? Who designed these pants? What sadistic son of a bitch put all these poor underpaid actors into those pants? What were you thinking? What is wrong with you? What did these people do to you? That pattern, that cut, that fabric, they almost look like pajama pants. My gosh. You don't want to go to this school. I mean, not because of the rampant bullying, not because of the rampant corruption and the people that run the school, not even because of the zombies, but because of those uniform pants. Oh, you poor sweet children. The skirts fare a bit better, but those pants! No. 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 That's a no. No. Rest of the show's okay. A lot longer than I thought it would be. Goodness. Normally these, Netflix episodic shows are generally around 45 to 52 minutes, somewhere in that range. They most all fall short of an hour. This was over an hour. And looking through the remaining 11 episodes, hour 10 minutes. There we go. Hour 2 minutes. It works in my left hand. I don't know why. Hour 11 minutes, 56 minutes. Hour 6, 59, 57, 60, 53 minutes, 55 minutes, and 53 minutes. Fairly lengthy episodes. But to be fair, large cast of characters to introduce. So, well, I started out very negative, so let me be as positive as I can in discussing this show with you fine viewers. You're so fine. This takes place in a school with school uniforms. So, one of the difficulties the production might run into in a large cast of characters in a setting where they're all supposed to be wearing uniforms is everyone looks the same, and it's going to be difficult to distinguish all of the various characters from each other. That's a concern when everyone is wearing the same damn thing, right? But this show does a very nice job of making all of the characters both unique in personality, but also in their appearance. Both in how they wear their uniforms. One of the girls wears like tracksuit pants under her skirt that's immediately identifiable. Some of them have like different ties or blazers. They use props in the same way. There's one character that just wears a neck pillow all the time. There's another character who seems to have like an emotional support plushie that she carries around everywhere. There's the class president who's constantly buttoned up and has her earphones in. There's the studious, once a bad boy but now trying to go straight kid who's constantly in the green blazer. You have everyone has either a prop or a distinct look or a particular personality quirk that really does an excellent job of helping to differentiate and keep track of a very large cast of characters who are all wearing essentially the same thing. So kudos and plaudits to the costuming and prop department for that. And anyone else who may have had a hand in those decisions. We have a nicely... I've got something buzzing around in here. I will find you and I will kill you. We have a nice variety of actual characters. We've got the two kids who have lived next door to each other their entire lives, and they constantly rag on each other. But they might actually have feelings for each other. But one of them has feelings for someone else who happens to be the friend of the other one, and so there's that whole drama thing there. You've got the bully clique, who hopefully they all die, because screw them. You've got the class president, who is only class president because her parents donated a lot of money to the school. So everyone is like fake class president. So she just puts in her earphones and tunes everybody out. She's like, hey, you want to go do a class president-like thing? She's like, I'm not a real class president, so why should I bother? Cool character here. So we're doing a very nice job with a very large cast of characters, making them distinct in both personality and appearance. So good job there. Most of the episode, as you would expect, the first 45 minutes or so, is the setup. Basically introducing the setting and all the characters within it, which you kind of have to do. If you had to guess, I bet you'd say, the first episode of this series probably establishes the location, spends most of its time introducing the entire large cast of characters before, oh no, shenanigans and zombies break out. And then it ends on a cliffhanger of one of the main cast being threatened by a zombie. Yes, that's exactly the first episode. That's not a problem. That's a classic way to set this kind of thing up. So there's a virus going around that turns you into a rage zombie type thing. First 45 minutes are setting up the characters. Last 10 or 15 minutes are The zombie outbreak starting to break out with zombies. A lot of the zombie action is pretty well staged, pretty imaginative. One of my favorite gags is one of the bullied students is up on the roof about to chuck herself off. And one of her friends, who's also a victim of bullying, is trying to talk her off the ledge and completely unsuccessful. So she turns around and she's standing on the ledge and looking down when two people go flying out one of the side windows that she's on. I don't know, it's a 4 or 5 story building, so she's looking down and two people go out like the 3rd floor window and crash, and then another couple go out and it's zombies attacking students and, you know, ramming them through windows, and like 4 or 5 different people go flying out the window. She's like, the hell. That's really inventive. Didn't see that coming. That's a hell of a visual. Well done. If you need a touchstone for the type of zombies, it's very similar to the ones we saw in like Train to Busan. So you've got high energy running zombies that seem to be more interested in running you down and killing you by ripping a large chunk of your face out with their teeth. But so far, not so much actually eating you. They're just gonna bite your face and tear off a chunk, and then they move on to the next one. They've also got that really jerky movement, some wire assists to get them up off the ground, and with a sound design of a lot of bone cracking and stuff. If you've seen Train to Busan, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, hopefully I'm describing it well. So that's the kind of zombies we're dealing with. The makeup effects, pretty good. The visual effects are a mix. The compositing is pretty good, but the digital characters are not great. But they do, so they're doing a thing where they'll take a digital double and fling them against a wall, and they bounce off a wall, and they fall on the ground, and that cuts to the actual actor on the ground. The blending is pretty good. The digital stunt doubles, not great. But seeing a character pinwheel through the air and smack into the side of a wall and fall on their head and roll over is just amusing to watch anyway. So it's not a huge deal. There's some blood spurts that are added that look pretty good. So most of the effects are most of the gore effects are pretty good. So if you're a fan of Gru, looks like this will have you covered. Haven't gotten to any like zombie kills yet. Like I imagine the kids are, the survivors are gonna arm up, and because they preview, there's a whole archery club, so I imagine we're gonna get zombies with arrows sticking out of their heads. But we haven't gotten to any zombie killing yet. Just killing, zombies killing students, but no students killing zombies, you see. So all in all, well conceived, well made, it's doing its job, it's nothing particularly original, but what it's doing competently. So what did I think aside from the pants? It's fine. It's okay. Sadly, while none of the characters are bad. Oh, the acting for there were a couple small parts that were a little not quite there performance wise, but most of the main cast is just fine. So no complaints there, but none of the characters, while some of them are cute, Some of them are quirky, some of them are kind of fun, some of them are kind of interesting. None of them are really cute or really quirky or really interesting or really fun, you know. I didn't really connect with any of the characters in this first episode. So I'm not really, while I'm always down for zombie action, I can't say I would watch the second episode because I'm particularly interested in following the stories of any of these characters. I'm not invested, unfortunately, after an hour and 6 minutes. I'm not invested in any of these characters. I don't care. And that may just be me today. That may just be, you know, had I watched this yesterday or tomorrow, it may have worked better. But I watched it today, and today I'm probably not going to watch episode 2 because while it was fine, it wasn't doing anything particularly new or particularly engaging, and I don't have any active interest. Not that I dislike the characters, except the bullies, but you're supposed to dislike them because they're bullies. Again, not that I dislike the characters or think they're bad, thin, poorly written characters. It's just I'm not connecting with them, and I'm not really like, oh, characters, I'm willing to go on more adventures with these people because they're fun to hang out with. Not so much, at least so far in the first episode. So, yeah, probably not going to continue on with this one. But hey, what's that down there? Is that a comment section? If you've seen the show and you have opinions, you could, share them with me. I'd like to read them. Okay, bye.